across the field, maybe 30 yards away. We saw her. A little girl standing alone in the tall grass.
No. When my dad finally burst into Ethan's room, he found him clawing at the wall under his window, his fingers bloody, whispering, "It's coming through, it's coming through." That's pretty wild.
This is podcast confidentiality.
Yeah. Oh.
That was good.
That was good. All right.
This is Haunted.
Welcome back to Haunted. I am your host, Ryan, and this is your very soft-spoken other host,
JP.
We're back with another episode 8
Of Haunted.
of Haunted. We have some good news. Our 1,000 subscriber giveaway will be announced May 4th, right?
Sunday, May 4th.
Sunday, May 4th on YouTube Live. May the 4th be with you. You can win.
What? Oh, what you can win is a $100 gift card to Amazon and merch.
Some mystery merch. It's a hat and a t-shirt, but
Surprise.
not. Well, then why don't you put your name in?
Deadline is noon on May 4th. And at 5 p.m. we will, maybe not 5, that evening we will announce
Maybe 5.
the winner.
How do you enter, you ask? Simple. You go to our YouTube channel and you watch the 1,000 subscriber giveaway video and you comment underneath that video, hashtag stay spooky. Only one entry per person.
One entry.
And then make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our other social media.
If you like and follow us on Facebook, you might get a secondary entry.
Well, this is news to me. There you go. Today's exciting because we have some submissions with ghost stories. We're going to read some ghost stories today.
We have
that seven submitted to us.
Nice.
And we were drinking some mystery bourbon.
Guess we've been kind of saving these up. But don't forget, if you also want to be featured in our episodes, email us at real.hahahaunted@gmail.com.
And make sure you tell us your name and where you're from. We should probably, because it's fun to know where you guys are. It's fun to know where you guys are from.
Some of them said it, I think.
Some, maybe, but some we were using context clues.
Wisconsin, I told you.
He lived there. Doesn't mean she did.
Oh. Touche. Yeah, just tell us where you're at.
Tell us where you're from.
Tell us where you live.
Just make sure you give us your address, your social security number, and make sure you leave your credit card number as well.
We'll send the ghost to you.
Including the security number. All right. Let's kick it off with Katie L. Subject line.
My grandpa's basement was not normal.
And you know what's funny is we're actually filming this episode. We film like every episode
In the basement.
in a basement.
In what other basement have we done?
I said in a basement.
Oh. That's why I said the basement.
Oh. But yeah, reading like, I read like the opening paragraph, and I think we can all agree like basements are innately creepy. And I remember as a kid, like when I used to like play video games downstairs in the basement or watch TV, and I was done, it'd be dark and I'd be going upstairs. You literally like you reach your arm as far as you can to the light switch, and then when you flick it, you
Just run.
You just haul ass upstairs because then it always felt like something's
behind you.
Something's behind you. Have you seen those like TikToks where people like reenact that? Those are pretty funny.
That's why I always got in trouble. My dad would be like, "Why are the lights all on?"
Why are they all on? Because I was scared.
I don't want to get got.
Yeah, I was scared.
Well, it's even creepier when the basements are like unfinished, but like you have all your stuff down there to,
Yeah,
a little setup for you. But and then even worse,
that's 70s show style.
Yeah, or even worse when they're like really old houses and they're almost like
it's almost like crawl
cellars.
spaces down there. Like the ceilings are like yay high.
Yeah, some like slagmite. What's that they're called?
What'd you say?
Are they called like slagmites?
I have no idea.
You would know. Real estate, man.
What is a
like
slagmite?
in a cave. Those like things like
What?
come down, like the little pokey things that are come down.
I never knew that's what they were called.
Slagmites, I bet.
Might be
you.
learning something tonight here. Stalagmites.
Slagmites.
Stalagmite?
Something mites. What are the pokey things?
I don't even think you spelled pokey right, dude. I think you mean pointy.
Yes. What are
Really?
the pointy things.
What's the word? What's the word? Pokey. They hang down. What's the word? What's the word? Pointy.
Stalactites.
Stalactites.
Dang it. I was close.
You're
though.
close. Slagmites. That sounds like a bug.
Flag.
We got some like,
No, stalactites.
Stalactites. I was pretty
How
close.
did they even come up with that word?
I don't know, but I was pretty close.
You were pretty close. That was pretty good. Okay. Let's kick it off with KDL and her grandpa's basement. That was not normal.
Would you like to read the first one?
Sure.
We got 7, so we can trade off.
Just hand it off to the illiterate guy, but
Really? You just made fun
Just
of me. I
kidding.
couldn't spell pokey.
you couldn't. P-O-K-Y. That's what you spelled it. All right. KDL says, "Hi, JP and Ryan. Hello. I've been meaning to send this in for a while now because your show reminds me so much of the weird stuff I grew up around. First off, thanks for watching. Anyways, back to it. And honestly, every time you guys joke about basements, I get this uncomfortable pit in my stomach because of what happened at my grandpa's house. Well, guess what? We're starting every episode off talking about basements. So you can start every episode off with a pit in your stomach. Katie says he lived in a rural northern Wisconsin, way out where he lived in rural northern Wisconsin. I already messed that up.
Sorry, Katie, you can't read.
He lived in rural northern Wisconsin, way out where the paved roads turned to gravel. His old farmhouse was built in the late 1800s. Classic peeling paint, warped wood floors, a front porch that groaned under your feet. It even smelled old, like wood smoke, damp earth, and time. What does time smell like?
What an author.
No, time smells like spicy leaves.
No,
Really?
not
You're
T-Y-M-E, like
Oh.
T-I-M-E.
Oh, well, maybe
Thyme.
it is that.
In time,
Time.
like in old time, old people houses smell. I mean, you go in and like that smells like
I guess
old
it
house.
smells like grandma's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That is one of the most
very
descriptive things.
distinct.
Did you use ChatGPT for that?
Gotta make it sound good, you know. Send it an email.
ChatGPT.
Would you appreciate
Help me edit this.
Yeah.
Give it all time.
Katie says the basement was the worst part. The stairs were those uneven wooden planks, no handrail, leading down into what was basically a dungeon. Stone walls that wept water in the spring. First off, what do you do for a living? Like, this is so like well written. Stone walls that wept water in the spring, a packed dirt floor in the back, bare light bulb dangling from the ceiling. We were all scared of it. Even the adults didn't like going down there alone. When I was about 10, Grandpa asked me to grab a jar of pickles he'd canned himself. First off, why are the pickles in the dungeon?
Are you kidding? Have you never been to, I guess, every old person house? I mean, my great-grandparents, they always had, when you walk downstairs, all it was canned shit stuff.
Canned shit stuff.
I mean, just like it was all aligned with whatever they canned everything.
I believe you, I guess. I remember standing at the top of the stairs arguing with myself about whether I could fake not finding them, but I didn't want to get yelled at, so I took a deep breath and went down. It was silent except for the sound of my own footsteps. Yeah. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. It was silent except for the sound of my own footsteps on the old boards. I found the pickles on the shelf, turned to head back up, and that's when I heard it. Clear as day, right over my left shoulder. Katie.
It was Katie or Katie.
Katie.
Or, yo, Katie.
Yeah, how did they say it? Was it a whisper? It's clear as day. Katie. Katie. It wasn't loud. Oh, here we go. It wasn't loud.
Oh, sorry,
It was almost gentle, like someone calling you from the next room. Katie. I remember my whole body going cold. I didn't even scream. I just dropped the jar. It shattered, of course, and ran up the stairs 2 at a time. My heart hammering so hard I thought I was going to throw up. I know that feeling when you're running up the stairs and you're just skipping a step.
Just gotta get
you're
there
trying
as
to
fast
get.
as you can.
You're trying to I'm trying to get 3.
I just levitated up.
Yeah. And then you
Trip over, yeah.
you trip over your
All
big
the
toe.
time.
Yeah. Grandpa didn't say much when I told him what happened. He just shrugged and said, "Basement's got a mind of its own, kiddo. Always has." Like that was normal. That ain't normal, Grandpa. Grandpa's coping. Years later, when Grandpa had to move into assisted living, my dad and uncle went over to check the house a few times a week. It was winter, snow everywhere, no footprints around the house but their own. One night, Uncle Rob pulled into the driveway and saw the basement light on. No one had been there in days. He called my dad to come over. They went in together, baseball bats in hand, expecting a squatter or something. But when they got inside, the basement door was hanging open, and the light bulb at the bottom of the stairs was swinging, like someone had just been there. But there were no footprints on the basement floor, no one hiding, nothing. They changed the locks, but honestly, it never felt secure after that. It wasn't people they needed protection from. Before Grandpa passed, he told my mom something he'd never told anyone. Sometimes late at night, he would hear the sound of children laughing and running around in the basement. Children. There were no kids living anywhere near the property for miles. No.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
No, no, no. The house eventually torn down and sold as farmland. Was eventually torn down and sold as farmland. But every time I drive by that empty field, I swear I can still feel something. Watching. Waiting. Thanks for reading this. Stay spooky, you guys. You're keeping the weird alive. # stay spooky.
You're weird, I guess.
Yeah, hashtag.
Stop doing that.
That's what it is. That's how you do it.
Everyone knows what a hashtag is.
I know. Hashtag it.
Stop, dude. God.
So one question, does your uncle and dad just carry baseball bats around?
No, our uncle called him over.
Yeah, and
to go check it out.
Baseball bats in hand. You're just like,
Yeah, because they were going in there ready to beat up a homeless person, it sounds like.
get the fuck out.
They didn't just
eating the pickles, man.
You should have never went and got those pickles.
Her grandpa's probably like that. You wonder why I always sent you to go get the canned goods?
Yeah. Katie, I would love to know if there's actually any history on your house. I know you said it was built in the 1800s. I wonder if
family kept or
maybe if it was stayed in your family or if your family bought it from another family and maybe there were some kids there, died around there. Be interested in some follow-up on that. But yeah, the basement's the fuck?
What?
Yeah, basements are creepy, but that sounded like an extra creepy basement. And I think I would have bested Usain Bolt up those stairs.
Just here, Katie. Or Katie.
My name's not Katie.
Who the is Katie?
Yeah, Katie.
Grandpa, do you know a Katie? Or Grandma, who the fuck is Katie?
Yeah. I was also going to comment the way she was describing the basement, just sounds like a nightmare. Like if Grandpa had a fall down there or something, and you had to call 911, get EMS out there.
Yeah, time of death.
Yeah,
We ain't going down there.
we can't get you out there, bud. But yeah, I would love to know.
RP was Katie.
RP was Katie. Yeah, I would love to know if there's actually any history on that house. Thanks for submitting that, though, Katie.
Yeah, first real submission. Actually,
No,
not real. We had Sarah, didn't we?
Sarah Dubb
Sarah Dubs.
from the Atch.
First one for today. Oof.
This
Okay.
already looks hideous.
I was kind of excited about this one.
Bathsheba?
Just from the subject line. All right, this one's from Ben H. Subject line was reading, old lady at the foot of the bed. So they're like, what kind of, like, old lady or old lady?
What's the difference?
Like,
One's like, I'm excited to see. Well, like, damn, that's
Like, that's my old lady?
my old lady. Or,
oh, I was thinking like old lover.
oh, yeah. Or is it
Lady, or
going to get me in trouble?
What was that? Is that a cane? Okay. I thought you were driving stick for a second.
Well, Ben starts off with, hey, guys.
Hey,
What's up, man? Just wanted to say first, your podcast has gotten me. God, I can't even see this already.
damn, dude.
I know. I need some readers. Just wanted to say first, your podcast has gotten me through so many late work nights.
What do you do, Ben H?
How many nights? I finally worked up the nerve to share something that happened to me when I was 16 that still keeps me up sometimes.
How old are you, Ben? Got lots of questions, Ben. Or,
Let's
sorry.
ask him later. When I was a junior in high school, my family moved into a rental house in, oh, Jesus. Where?
Murfreesboro?
Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It wasn't anything crazy,
Gotta look this up.
just an old single-story ranch built in the 60s. The neighborhood felt friendly enough, but even during the first walkthrough, I felt weird about my bedroom. It was colder than the rest of the house, and it smelled faintly like dust and old perfume.
Murfreesboro is just outside of Nashville.
Oh,
Like
cool.
just southeast of Nashville.
He says, you know that sharp, sweet scent grandma or grandmothers sometimes have? I definitely do, because I'm always walking in somewhere. I'm like, dang, that smells like Grandma Kathy's house. I don't, it just,
Haunted?
no, it just
House?
had, I think grandmas just have
Does she have the haunted
homes.
house?
She did, yeah. A couple weeks after we moved in, I woke up at 3 a.m. Ooh, the classic witching hour, right? Feels like something was watching me. When my eyes adjusted, I saw her. There was an old woman standing at the foot of my bed. Thin, bony, wearing a long white nightgown that was so worn it was almost see-through. Her hair was wild, stringy, and her face heavy with wrinkles. And she wasn't moving, just staring at me. I tried to yell. I tried to move. Nothing. I was completely frozen, stuck in this horrible half-sleep where you know you're awake, but you can't do anything. It felt like hours, but probably wasn't more than a minute. Finally, she turned, slowly, and shuffled toward the doorway.
Well, there's a little sleep paralysis here.
I know, that's what I was The second she disappeared, I could move again. I practically fell out of bed, ran to my parents' room, and woke them up. Of course, they chalked it up to nightmare. The next day, my little sister, who was 10 at the time, casually said over breakfast, "Hey, Ben, who was the old lady in the hallway last night?" I nearly dropped my cereal. Why are you
Brother,
holding
I would have Gronk spiked my cereal.
crying spiked? Turns out she had seen the same figure peeking into her room. Later, we found out through a neighbor that the house had belonged to a woman who lived there alone for decades. She passed away in the master bedroom peacefully, apparently. But peacefully or not, something of her stayed behind. My parents said it was just residual energy or whatever. But we broke the lease after 6 months.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Hell yeah, you did.
And I still wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes wondering if she found a new house to haunt. Anyway, thanks for giving people the space to tell the stories like this. Keep doing what you're doing. Hashtag stay spooky, y'all. Ben H.
Hot damn, Ben.
I don't know, it seems like sleep paralysis, but you know, like
It's almost like it wasn't.
But then your
Were you
sister's
like Insidious? Like you and your sister can astral project together?
oh yeah, do your little
Both seeing
Spirit
spirits. Yeah, dude, I would have frozen or not. I would have closed my eyes. I would have just closed my eyes. And then Gronk spiked my cereal in the morning. I might have fist fought my parents. Trying to tell me that it was a nightmare.
Like, no, I watched her shuffle for 15 minutes from my bed.
Yeah.
Whether see their nightgown. See this old lady.
She did her pelvic inflammatory disease shuffle to the door.
Come on.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, you had to stay frozen that entire time she's shuffling out?
I would just be thinking, damn, she has PID and she's dead.
Yeah. That's probably why she's dead. Yeah, that's crazy, Ben. That's, yeah.
I wonder, did it only happen one time? Or did you see her multiple times?
It's a good question, Ben. We'd love to know if you had more than one experience with the old pelvic inflammatory disease lady.
Yeah, and your sister, was it just, she really just like peeked her head in the door and was like,
yeah.
Who the hell's that?
She's like, well, I mean, she's probably trying to sleep, and over the course of 15 minutes, she just kept hearing shuffling coming from her brother's room. And so she finally had enough time to get up.
What is he doing?
She had enough time to get up, go to the bathroom real quick, wash her hands thoroughly, and come out and see some old lady shuffle into the hallway.
They're eating cereal in the morning. She's finally down to the bottom.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, there she is. Holy cow. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That is like...
I couldn't even read. I was like dragging it to you.
Yeah.
Instead of push.
Just push the damn laptop to me. All right. This next one is from Lily P. Subject line, the mirror that wasn't right.
What, wrong frame?
Yeah. Did you not like what you saw? Did you not like who's staring back at you?
Ooh.
Hi, MFers. LOL. Just kidding. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why you said that either. First of all, I have to say your show has honestly become my absolute favorite. You're welcome.
Thanks, Lily P.
Thanks, Lily P. You guys feel like the friends you tell creepy stories to at 2 a.m., then immediately regret it when you're trying to fall asleep. I mean,
I don't know how to take that.
I feel like that's kind of accurate.
Okay.
Listening to your recent episode about the objects holding energy reminded me of the weirdest summer of my life. The one where a mirror basically ruined my sleep for 2 months. She's referring to the Stone Tape Theory episode where you talked about the restaurant you used to work at.
Mm-hmm.
When I was about 14, I stayed with my Aunt Marissa in Vermont for the summer. She lived alone in a huge old colonial-style house. Built in 1810, she proudly told everyone, and she had filled it with all kinds of antique furniture she picked up at the estate sales. The guest bedroom she gave me had this massive mirror mounted to the wall opposite the bed. Like the foot of the bed? Because it's kind of what I'm thinking is like you're laying down and like if you sat up and just stared straight ahead, the mirror is right there.
It's the opposite of the bed. It's like on the opposite wall of the bed.
Right. So if like whatever this is behind us, the mirror would be like the camera, right? Opposite of the bed.
Sure.
Okay. I'm talking a 7-foot tall, ornate gold frame monster. You could tell it had been expensive once, but now it was kind of chipped and dulled with age. The first night, everything seemed normal until around 2:30 a.m. when I woke up to a soft tapping sound. Nope, you go back to sleep when you hear a soft tapping sound. I lay there for a second, trying to figure out where it was coming from. It wasn't the window, it wasn't the door, it was inside the room. And then I realized it wasn't just tapping. It was 3 slow, deliberate knocks on the mirror.
Ooh, she said 2:30 a.m. Sorry, I was thinking, I wonder if it was at 3. It's like the whole thing, the Holy Trinity. It's what they said in what's it called? Pretty cool.
Where they're trying to mock.
Mm-hmm.
I turned on the bedside lamp so fast I nearly broke it. Of course, the room was empty. The mirrors just sat there, reflecting me, my pale, wide-eyed reflection trembling back at me. The next night, same thing. This time when I woke up, I could swear I saw something move in the reflection. Like when you were moving, you saw something move? You ever seen that? You ever seen that video of the guy at the bar who's hammered, and like the wall next to the bar is a mirror, and he's trying to walk and he's trying to move, and like his reflection's moving with him, and so he starts getting mad at his reflection because he thinks it's some guy that's just in front of get out of my way, man. All right.
So just for grandma, like every night, watch this.
Yeah. Oh God. I could swear I saw something move in the reflection. Not me, not anything in the room, just a shadow darting out of view. I tried to tell Aunt Marissa, but she just laughed it off and said the house liked to play tricks sometimes. Ooh, by the end of the first week, I started throwing a blanket over the mirror at night. I thought that would fix it. Out of sight, out of mind. But one night, the blanket slid off by itself while I was half asleep, and I swear for just a second, the reflection didn't match the room. This is some Silent Hills shit right here.
Didn't match the room.
The next morning, I finally confronted my aunt for real. I must have looked freaked out because she got serious fast. She confessed that she bought the mirror at an estate sale where the family practically gave it away because they didn't want to take it. They claimed it had bad luck attached to it. My aunt thought it was just superstition, but a few months after I left that summer, she started having terrible nightmares about being trapped inside glass. It got so bad she finally resold the mirror to an antique dealer in another state. She swore the house felt lighter afterward, like a literal weight had lifted. I haven't stayed overnight at her house since, and honestly, I don't know what happened to that mirror, but I hope whoever owns it now sleeps with their lights on. Thanks for giving us the space to share these things. Y'all are the best. As always, stay spooky. Hashtag stay spooky. Thanks for not doing the thing. I don't know, man. I feel like if you give me a split second where I hear tapping or see a shadow dart in the mirror, like it's going out the window.
Just throw something at it, shatter it.
Shatter it.
Comes back the next morning, it's perfectly fine.
I wouldn't go back to your aunt's house either, Lily.
Okay, one, how many is buying a bunch of stuff at estate sales? That just means everybody's dying around you. It's a lot of death.
It's red flag. Red flag number one.
And don't buy things at estate sales that people are pushing away.
It's good advice.
Did you ever watch the movie? Is it just called Mirror? Like the brother and sister. And the mirror just makes them basically like kill themselves.
No.
Thought it was a weird movie, but I think it's pretty intense.
All right. Lily, thanks for sharing your story, and thanks for watching the show.
All right, on to the next.
Number 4.
Oh, this is... Don't know if they want to say it's your last name. I can't...
No, we'll just say last initial. Just say first and last initial.
I know, I'm just kidding. All right, this one is from Jason M. The little girl in the field. What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's up? Been a huge fan for a while now. Y'all crack me up, even while giving me nightmares, which I respect.
You're welcome.
LOL. I figured it was time I sent in a story of my own, since it's still the first thing that pops into my head every time someone talks about ghost kids. Oh.
Yeah, ghost kids that's a rough one.
When I was 12, my cousin Mason and I spent a lot of our summers at my grandparents' house in rural Oklahoma. They owned a big property, open fields, some woods out back, the classic middle of nowhere vibe. One summer night, Mason and I decided to camp out in the backyard. It was one of those perfect, sticky July nights, fireflies everywhere.
Sticky July nights with your cousin out back. Camping, huh, Jason? All right.
Crickets chirping.
Little Kanye West action here.
As a joke, and he would then share.
He said, hold on.
Did you guys see Kanye West? What he tweeted? Just kidding, Jason.
Did you see Jeffree Star tweeted too after that?
Yeah, Jeffree Star was like, F it. Yeah.
Rumors are true.
Rumors are true.
We all knew it. He said crickets were also chirping. Total classic summer feeling. Yep. I don't know. How is it perfect? Sticky. Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Kansas, so I feel that. But
Well, I don't know. We don't know where he's from.
he literally just said Oklahoma. Rural Oklahoma.
Oh. Sorry.
Around 1:30 a.m., we were still awake, telling stupid ghost stories in our tent when Mason suddenly sat bolt upright and said, "Did you hear that?" I didn't at first. But then, drifting in from the woods, we both heard it. Laughter. Little girlish laughter.
Light, girlish laughter.
Oh. What's his name? Sorry.
Jason.
Sorry, Jason. Light, girlish laughter. Almost like a child playing a game. We unzipped the tent.
That was a rough start to that sentence.
I tried to say the tent real fast because I felt the same. We unzipped the tent just enough to peek out. Across the field, maybe 30 yards away, we saw her. A little girl standing alone in the tall grass. She wore a white dress that fluttered in the breeze, and she wasn't moving, just standing there, facing us. No flashlight, no parents, no houses nearby for a good mile. We sat there frozen, too scared to even breathe. Just breathe, man. And then the worst part, she smiled.
What an asshole. What a scary asshole.
Just get that smile off your face.
Start throwing rocks or something.
It wasn't a sweet smile either. It looked too wide, almost wrong somehow, even from the distance. Mason yanked the
Damn,
zipper
Mason.
Mason yanked the zipper shut so fast he nearly ripped it off. Ooh. And we bolted for the house. Why would you even close it? I thought you meant like zipping yourself in there. Screaming for Grandpa. Grandpa grabbed his shotgun and flashlight and went out to check.
Hold on. You guys ran in for Grandpa and you said, Grandpa, we saw a little girl wearing a white dress out in the tall grass. Grab your shotgun.
It's that neighbor Shirley. She won't ever fucking go away.
We're going hunting. Like what?
Yeah, everybody does, you know. Get off my property, you know.
Man.
What else do you do out there? Just grab your guns. Well, anyways, he didn't find anything. The next morning, we went back to where we thought she was standing. In the dirt, we found tiny footprints, barefoot, leading from the edge of the woods into the field. And they just stopped. No turning around, no trail back into the woods, just ended. In the middle of nowhere. Grandpa never let us camp outside again after that.
And for other reasons. Just kidding.
Zipper did not look good. I don't know what we saw. I don't want to know. But every time I smell fresh cut grass on a hot summer night, I feel like I'm right back there. Heart racing, staring at the impossibly still little figure in the field. Thanks for everything you do. Can't wait for more episodes. # stay spooky.
Jason, thanks for watching. Thanks for submitting. Yeah, Ghost Children is like, it's next level creepy.
Sure, it's not neighbor for miles. And that's, for a joke, that girl was committed.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to put this dress on and we're going to walk for a hot minute.
Yeah. And I think that's a reference to, was it our second episode? The Haunted Castle House in Missouri.
Ghost Children.
I can't remember where that's at, but yeah. Where they heard a lot of the ghost children. Yeah, that's a rough one, Jason Mace. Rough.
I had a question, but I forgot. Wondering if you ever did any research on the land then. Anything.
Like any weird murders or missing people or
like any deep dive into the history of it.
Yeah, like were there any like bodies, like there was like a body discovered in the woods or something? Yeah, that'd be interesting to know.
Well, thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason. All right, number 5.
Sarah T.
What?
Oh, I was excited for you to read this one.
Sarah T. Subject line: my brother's possession. ... Or whatever it was.
Getting into a possession. All right.
Hi, Ha Ha Haunted team. Hey,
What's up?
I just wanted to say first that I love what you're doing. Your possession episode especially hit really close to home for me. Which one? I've never written this out before, but after listening, I figured if there's any audience that would appreciate it, it's you guys. We'll see. This is about my older brother, Ethan. When he was 17, something happened that my family still doesn't really talk about, even now, 15 years later. It started small. He would come home from school acting ... off. Not angry exactly, but distant. Blank. My mom thought it was just typical teenage stuff at first. These angsty teenagers.
He's 17.
Blank and distant.
His girlfriend broke up with him.
Yeah. But then he started muttering to himself in his room, loud enough that I could hear through the walls. And it wasn't normal muttering. It sounded like another language. I swear to you, it wasn't gibberish either. It had rhythm, patterns, like chanting. Was he in like Spanish class at school? Like taking French?
Taking some. Was he practicing for a
Yeah.
test?
Yeah, was he practicing? It's a little investigation here before we, start throwing accusations out here, Sarah T. One night, I woke up and saw him standing at the foot of my bed. Okay, here we go. Just standing there, staring. His eyes were completely vacant. I screamed, and my parents came running, but Ethan didn't react. He just turned and walked back to his room like he was sleepwalking. The next morning, he had no memory of it. Said he slept fine. Damn.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Do you not sleep good? Things spiraled from there. He started having violent outbursts, punching holes in walls, smashing plates, flipping chairs.
That's the testosterone.
Yeah, dude, he's hitting puberty. He wasn't a violent kid before this, not even close. One time, he grabbed my dad by the collar. Why I oughta.
Did you add that in there?
Yeah, I did.
I wish I was in there.
And started screaming in a voice that didn't even sound like him. Lower, like someone else was borrowing his body.
Ooh, good word.
Ooh. My parents took him to the ER after that. He had blood work, CT scans, even an MRI. Everything normal. They admitted him to the psych ward for evaluation, thinking maybe it was early onset schizophrenia or psychosis, but the doctors kept saying the same thing. There's no clear diagnosis, no delusions, no hallucinations when questioned, no disorganized thinking when he's calm. Well, sure, because he's calm. It was like he could flip it off and on. The worst night came about a month in. I woke up to the sound of banging coming from inside the walls. I swear it was moving from one end of the hallway to the other. Was he just like running down the hallway, just banging the wall? When my dad finally burst into Ethan's room, he found him clawing at the wall under his window, his fingers bloody, whispering, "It's coming through, it's coming through." After that, my mom called a priest. She didn't even tell the rest of the family at first. Just quietly reached out to a local parish known for doing special blessings, code for minor exorcisms.
Oh.
It didn't work. They had to escalate it. Got official permission through the diocese.
Catholic
Yeah.
diocese.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
thank
Okay.
you. I was
There you go.
Something
Executive producer right there.
Catholic. Diocese.
Through the diocese to bring in a real exorcist. What followed was 7 sessions over 6 months. 7. You're 60 short. Some were just blessings, but others, I'll never forget them. Ethan would scream until he was hoarse, thrash so violently, and they had to restrain him. There were times when his voice would change mid-sentence, high, low, male, female, and he kept speaking that strange language none of us recognized. Every time they finished, he would be calm for a few days. Then the symptoms would creep back. But after the 7th, it was like flipping a light switch. He was fine. No other outbursts, no more voices, no more sleepwalking. His grades even shot back up. And if you ask him about it now, he laughs it off like he has no memory. He says things like, yeah, I was just going through some stuff. Oh, that's a code of the century.
Remember the time you had an exorcism?
Yeah. Just going through some stuff, man. Stacy and I weren't doing good.
We weren't doing very good. Had a hard year.
As if he spent half a year trying to tear the house apart. As if he hadn't spent half a year trying to tear the house apart with his bare hands. The official story my family tells is that it was a mental health crisis.
Yeah.
A rough patch. But even as an adult now, I can still hear the sounds he made at night. The low growls that didn't belong to my brother. I don't know if it was schizophrenia, psychosis, dissociative disorder, or something ancient that latched onto him when he was vulnerable. I just know that when science had no answers, the church showed up and somehow he came back. Anyway, thanks for letting me finally get this off my chest. Love you guys. Hashtag stay spooky. Thanks, Sarah T, for sharing your story. That's pretty wild.
Love you too, Sarah T. So love you guys. Maybe hold on a second. Let's go back to the. I think we thought the same thing.
That didn't belong to the same.
Was it your dog?
No, the low growls.
That didn't belong to my brother.
Are you sure? No, anybody check the socks? Like,
Check
how
the
long
socks.
did that go for? Was he just discovering himself?
Yeah. Did he have tube socks under his bed, Sarah T? Sorry you guys had to go through that. That's kind of crazy. But it's interesting because that's yeah. I was just going through some stuff.
That's such a dude thing to say.
That's so funny. Dudes will do it. They'll do anything but open up.
Yeah.
I'll just go through some stuff. That's crazy. I'd like to know how your brother's doing, like, now.
Doing normal.
Like, if does he have, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's exactly like the Annalise Mitchell story.
Just,
except you were.
man, Annalise needed the whatever priest you got. By the 7th time, he was pretty good.
He was good.
He's the same one. He's like, I've had some practice now.
That's why that guy's not in jail.
He knows how to do it.
He knows how to do it. That's wild. Jeez.
7. Wonder if they found out his name. That's an actual thing.
Steve. Get out of here, Steve.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is from Logan S., the hitchhiker that disappeared. Hello, Ryan and JP.
First off, is this going to be like a confession? Like, are you confessing something?
No, hold on a second. I wonder when this was, because the hitchhiker, dude, it's 2015. Oh, dude, this is 2025. Even 2015 is not okay. It's like the 70s that hitchhikers were like normal. Hopefully they didn't pick it up.
I mean, like, did you murder a hitchhiker?
Oh.
Like,
this is what we're just gonna read a confession. The hitchhiker that disappeared because of me.
Wink.
You have to report anything that is harmful to others.
No, this is podcast confidentiality.
Yeah. It's like client. What is it?
Client.
Patient client.
Yeah.
No, patient.
Client.
Confidentiality.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not patient client.
Doctor-patient
Doctor patient confidentiality.
How do I know everything?
Privilege. Because you... No, not you, privilege. I was thinking the word.
What were you going to
Because
say?
you're just smart. How'd you know diocese? That was pretty good.
Because I just am using context.
She's
clues.
like, I read, all right?
All right, start from the top.
Been binge.
Start from the top.
Oh, what? From Logan S.
Logan
That's
S.
what I'm saying. Hello, Ryan and JP.
Hello.
Been binging your podcast for a few weeks now.
Hell yeah,
Seriously,
you are.
you guys are killing it. Hell
Thank
yeah,
you.
man.
You're killing it
No
too.
pun intended.
You're killing it too, Logan. We
Yeah,
might
no
find
pun
out.
intended. In your episode on roadside hauntings, when did about the gas station. I'm just being nice.
The what? Oh, like if you died at a gas station. Hold on a second here, Logan.
Good reference, man. And
Hold on here, Log Dog.
he said, I'm just going to find something to be able to slide my story in.
I wonder if he's talking about Skinwalker episode.
Ah, okay.
That's what he's talking
The
about.
gas station, my bad.
I know you watched the most recent episode, Logan's.
It
Logan
reminds
S.
me of something that happened to me when I was in college. And honestly, it still creeps me out to this day. This is around 2015. Hey, he's our age then.
So sorry to hear that, Logan.
I was driving back to school after a weekend visiting my parents in northern Missouri.
Oh.
It was late, like 1 a.m. And the stretch of the highway I had to take was mostly back roads. Hardly any traffic, no streetlights, just endless dark fields on either side. It was the kind of night where the headlights seem swallowed up by the darkness. Oh,
God, you guys are such creative writers.
I know. They had to put
You
this
guys
shit
have-
into ChatGPT.
You had to have. Because you guys are killing it.
Give him credit.
No, I 100% would. I'm like, type up, this is what I want to say, and I want ChatGPT to make it sound good.
So it gets read
Yeah.
on air.
I was about an hour into the drive when I saw her. Oh. There was a girl standing on the shoulder of the road, just barely inside the reach of my high beams. She looked young, maybe late teens, early 20s, wearing jeans and a light-colored hoodie. No backpack, no purse. Damn, she's poor. just standing there with her arms crossed against the cold. I slowed down instinctively, thinking maybe her car had broken down, but I didn't see any vehicles anywhere. I mean, not even hazard lights blinking in the distance. When I pulled alongside her, I rolled down my passenger window and called out, "Hey, you okay? Need a ride or something?" Oh, no.
Yeah.
Again, 2000, drive, dude.
Yeah, you drive. Here's what you do. You drive and you go like this.
Sucks to suck. Hey, you can't park there.
Oh, God.
She didn't say anything. She didn't even look at me. She just kept staring straight ahead like I wasn't even there. Well, yeah, she's a stranger danger, man. At this point, every instinct in my body was screaming something isn't right. I sat there for a second, our engine idling, waiting for her to acknowledge me. She didn't. Finally, I said, "Okay, good luck."
That is a perfect response, Logan.
Alrighty then.
Perfect response.
Better than
And I hope you would have just like hit the gas and like
burned out.
burned out,
Hopefully you had like a bunch of black smoke on your truck. Or
rolling coals on her. Yeah.
He said, "Good luck." I'm sorry
Later,
to drive
nerd.
off. I checked my rear view mirror about 5 seconds later. She was gone.
And then I drove into a tree.
I knew it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Not walking away, not standing further back, just completely vanished, like she had never been there. The road was empty in both directions. There was nowhere she could have hidden. No trees, no ditches deep enough to jump into without me seeing. She just disappeared. I didn't sleep much that night, and I still take the long way back to school whenever I drive through that area. I don't know if she was looking for help or something else. Thanks for reading my story and for making me feel less crazy about these kinds of experiences. Oh,
Well,
sorry, Logan. I mean, she disappeared. Pretty, not scary.
yeah.
Not scary. I mean, not crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Hashtag stay spooky.
You hashtag stay spooky, Logan. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for sending us your story. Yeah, I don't stop, dude. Just next time, don't stop.
Yeah, just
Don't even
saying you're
entertain
braver
it.
than me because I would have kept driving. What a good dude then.
Yeah, you're a nice guy. If anything, here's what you do. Next time that happens, you want to know if she's real or not, make sure you got a drink with you, and then
What?
pull up next.
Driving.
I didn't say an alcoholic drink, like a McDonald's
water.
McDonald's Sprite, and then you drive by, roll your window, and just chuck the drink at her.
Oh.
And if it hits her, she's real.
That's so mean.
If not, well,
I had to see if you're a real dude.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, I forgot. Let me just get this McDonald's right in the middle of nowhere.
last time this
Go at girl.
last time this happened, she disappeared, which makes you sound really bad.
Yeah. I don't know. She's just gone. She didn't say anything to me, so I lashed out.
Next thing you know, some cop hears about this and goes, "Yeah, there's been a missing girl in northern Missouri on the back roads."
Logan's like, I swear, I was just trying to help her.
We've had some confessions on this show.
Great. Now we're going to be indicted.
No, we're not. We didn't do anything. All right, number 7.
Ooh.
First off, your email. What? Look at her email.
Yeah. It's,
Don't say it out loud.
I mean, like this part.
I know.
All right. Amanda R. Subject line, I think something followed me home. Now, are we talking... Was it a dog? Are we talking physical? Are we talking
Wait, what?
like an
what?
STD?
Oh. So you brought that home.
Just kidding, Amanda. Hey, guys. Hey. Long-time listener here.
Hey.
Your podcast has gotten me through many late nights reviewing evidence.
Oh.
I'm part of a small ghost hunting group. Well, hey,
What
there you
up,
go.
bro?
All right. When you mentioned in an episode that feeling of something following you home, I literally yelled, yes.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Out loud because
Yeah,
it's happened to me and it was way worse than I ever expected. I think she's talking about the shop
You ever say what? We're talking about it following my uncle home and
and your
following-
and someone giving it to your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, or maybe even, I mean, I said, I think it followed me home too.
Oh,
Remember when Josha
the
was like-
slamming of the doors. Well, the slam door. Why
No,
does that
no, I mean
sound
like
weird?
recently. When we went
Well, I
to-
know what I'm saying. When you and Abel had the door
Oh, yeah.
slam, and then recently you had the piano play. Like,
Oh, we haven't talked about that yet.
now we can talk about it later.
Maybe
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
Yeah.
This would be a good segue, so go ahead.
It's happened to me, and it was way worse than I ever expected. Here's the whole story. Thanks for giving us the whole story. Last October, my team got permission to investigate an abandoned hospital outside Topeka. Red flag.
Ooh, Topeka. Who's this? It's close.
It is close. Who are you, Amanda R? It had been closed since the late 80s. Now, I'm going to say this because I think that like psychiatric hospitals were shut down, I think, in the 80s. And so all of like their psych patients were then released into the population. And someone was telling me like, I can't remember the exact figure, but a certain percentage of the population was like a bunch of like psych patients in Topeka.
I'm like,
I believe that.
Look it up.
What do I look up?
I don't know.
Psych ward's closed.
I don't, maybe. Last October, my team got permit in Topeka. It had been closed since the late 80s, left basically to rot. Peeling paint, rusted beds still bolted to floors. Beds still bolted to floors. Wheelchairs left abandoned in the hallways. Classic. There were rumors the hospital was used as a TB ward back in the early 1900s before
Ew.
it transitioned into a psychiatric facility in its final years. It had a heavy, suffocating energy the second you stepped inside. First off, you guys are super brave.
Are you kidding? We need to find this place. It's close. We'll go too.
You're right, Ryan. They closed in the 70s and 80s because of lawsuits. About
You are right.
violations.
You're right, Ryan. We set up for a full overnight lockdown. During the investigation, we caught some classic activity: cold spots, disembodied footsteps, whispering.
Disembodied.
But there were two moments that really shook me. First, during an EVP session around 2 a.m., we captured a deep, breathy whisper directly between questions. When we slowed it down, it sounded like it said, I'm going to give this a shot, okay? I'm coming. Second, I'm coming. Second, one of our static cameras caught a shadow figure about the size of an adult male crossing a hallway when absolutely none of us were on that side of the building. We ended the investigation around 4:30 a.m., exhausted but buzzing from the night. I didn't feel scared exactly, just wired, like something was riding just under my skin. I drove home. The sun was barely coming up. That's when things got weird.
Mm-hmm.
The first few days. This is like a dissertation. The first night back, I had this overwhelming feeling that someone was standing at the foot of my bed. You know that sensation when you're not alone in a room, even if you can't see anyone? It was so strong, I slept with a flashlight in my hand like a lunatic. True. My dog Luna refused to come into my bedroom at all. She would sit at the threshold, ears pinned back, tail tucked under, growling low at nothing. I'd leave the living room and come back to find the TV turned on, always turned to static, even though it was a smart TV that didn't have a static channel.
I was going to say, what?
Escalation over the next week. Objects started moving around. My keys would end up in the bathroom sink. My phone would be placed upside down in the middle of the floor. Once I found my bedroom lamp twisted completely around facing the wall. Every night between 2:45 and 3:15 a.m., I'd wake up abruptly. No dreams, no noise, just wide awake, heart pounding, always at the exact same time. I started hearing knocking sounds on my bedroom wall. 3 knocks, slow, deliberate. Sometimes it would happen right as I was drifting off to sleep, jolting me awake again. Lights would flicker violently, even though I had just replaced all the bulbs when I moved in a few months earlier. The worst night. A little over a week in, it reached a breaking point. It was 3:12 a.m. I remember because I looked straight at my alarm clock. I know. Who TF has an alarm clock anymore? LMAO.
I was about to say, why do you have an alarm clock?
I woke up to the sound of scratching, not mice on the wall scratching, heavy, purposeful scratching from inside my closet door. I froze. I couldn't breathe for a second. Take a deep breath. You don't live there anymore, Amanda R. The scratching stopped, and then the closet door handle turned, slowly creaking, and the door swung open about an inch. No draft, no open windows, and Luna, who sleeps next to my bed, bolted under the bed and refused to come out for hours. I lay there, too terrified to move for what felt like an eternity. I need a drink. Eventually, I must have passed out from exhaustion. The next morning, I found 3 long scratches on the inside of my closet door, deep enough to gouge the wood.
What?
Final straw. The night after the scratching, I had a dream, but it didn't feel like a dream. I was standing in the abandoned hospital again. In the same hallway where we caught the shadow figure. It was pitch black, and in the darkness, I could hear footsteps approaching me, slow, dragging like something wounded. But no matter where I turned, I couldn't see anything. When I woke up, there were muddy footprints, barefoot, human-sized, trailing from my front door to the edge of my bed. My apartment was locked from the inside. That was it. I called a spiritual practitioner I knew through a friend and begged for help. She came over with sage, black, tourmaline, salt, prayers, the whole 9 yards. She said whatever was there wasn't evil exactly, but it was desperate. She thought it had latched onto me because the hospital was like a feeding ground for broken spirits, abandoned patients, forgotten souls. After a cleansing that lasted almost 2 hours, she said the energy felt clear, and it has been, mostly. Every now and then I'll wake up and swear I see someone standing just outside my bedroom door, but I refuse to open it at night. At night now, I just pull the blanket over my head and wait for morning. What I do now? After every investigation, even small ones, I do a full cleanse ritual. Salt lines at all doorways, protective oils on the windows. Palo Santo burned at every corner. I even keep a bowl of water by my bed at night now to trap any bad injury. Better paranoid than possessed, right? Anyway, sorry this turned into a whole novel. I just needed to tell someone who would believe me. Thanks for giving people like me a place to feel heard. Y'all are the best. # stay spooky. Amanda, I would say stay spooky, but you are spooky. Thanks for
you guys are
watching.
People.
Thanks for watching the show.
I've never heard a bowl of water to trap it.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've never heard that either. But
And one, Topeka, please follow up and tell us the name of this place.
Yeah. How did you get in there? First off, like, is it just
Like,
is
who
it?
did you talk to? What do you mean you got permission? Nowhere just went.
Well, I mean, I'm
It's a
sure.
good place that you guys could visit.
Well, I mean, it could be like an abandoned building, but I don't think abandoned buildings are just like this. I think the state owns it, right?
I guess, but
Just saying, dude.
that or somebody who was released from the psychiatric
What? The what?
psychiatric hospital. Maybe still lived there and was like, seems like a good place to live. I'm just gonna follow her home.
Maybe.
Muddy footprints.
Yeah, that's rough, Amanda. Rough.
His actual feet, not like dog prints. And also, get a new dog.
Yeah. What is Luna doing?
Luna sounds kind of like a wuss.
Yeah. Luna sounds like a cat. Although I don't think cats would. I think cats are like, don't give a shit.
They
Like,
do not.
they saw a ghost, they'd be like that.
Like, are you a dog? No? Cool. Keep going.
They're not going to go hide under a bed.
They'll be like, hey, you gonna go deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah, they'll
Dogs are
come.
just so pure.
Dogs are pure. That's true.
My dogs bark at anything that moves, so it gets on my nerves during the day. They'll like see like a car drive by it in the cul-de-sac and just be like, "Ruh, ruh, ruh, ruh." Dude.
It's a car.
Yeah.
Okay? You've seen thousands of them.
Like they're just dropping mail off at the mailbox.
Yeah.
At our door.
He's like, I'm just trying to protect the house. It's like that meme with the chihuahua. It's like the chihuahua crying. And it's like when you're barking, trying to save the house, but your owner just tells you to shut the F up.
I'm just trying to help, man.
This is an interesting story. I think what's interesting is I'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and I'll ask Bailey, I was like, did you just hear Bubba bark? And she'll be like, no. I'll be like, I swear, I woke up to him barking really
Are
loud.
you sure you didn't hear it? Maybe she was just sleeping pretty hard.
No, she would wake up to a bark. She wakes up to a baby crying through a monitor. She'll wake up to a bark.
I think you dream things sometimes.
Well, I
the
definitely
one
dream
time whenever
things.
I woke up and you were loading a gun in the bathroom because you heard silverware clanking downstairs.
What?
Like when we first moved in together, I was like, oh my god.
You ain't taking my silverware.
about to shoot me? I was like, what is going on?
I was like,
I ain't getting plastic silverware.
I did, dude. I heard sounded like somebody was rummaging through our stuff, and it sounded like the clanking of silverware. And I was ready for action.
Bailey just walks. What are you doing? You got my forks.
I
Yeah.
literally rolled over, opened my eyes, and he was loading a gun, and I was like,
It was some Hollywood shit, dude. I was like,
He said, "This is my
he was like, grab
moment."
your phone, we're going downstairs.
go back to sleep.
For like a flashlight or to call somebody.
Call somebody.
Yeah, flashlight. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, thanks everybody for submitting your stories.
Please submit some more, you guys. This was fun.
We'll have some follow-ups too.
Again, real.hahahaunted@gmail.com. Leave your name and where you're from. We'd like to know where you guys are watching from. Because that's just fun. It's just fun.
We just want to know.
All right, what did you want us to talk about? Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Speaking of cats, because
you have a cat now.
I have a cat. Yeah. Oof. Anyway,
Woof.
This cat has been real annoying because this piano that Jaysha made me go get. By the way, she made me go get it by myself and was like, "It's just a piano. You can move it, right?"
The haunted piano.
Yeah.
Go buy this haunted piano.
Who sends somebody to go pick up a piano by themselves and was like, it's light.
It's a Jaysha thing.
That's such a Jaysha thing. Get there and she's like, you can move this.
Yeah, you got it.
Even people were like, "You guys gonna bring anybody else?" Like,
Yeah, you show up and they're like, they look at your legs and they're like,
I'm like, "No, we got a U-Haul. I think we're good."
yeah, buddy,
Worst.
it's a piano.
Yeah, anyway, definitely an old piano because it's like an old church piano, not like an organ. So it's just like one of those, I want to say like flat ones that go against the wall.
Yeah, it's like a smaller one.
Yeah. But the cat has been loving walking across it. Always
Across?
just, like walking across the keys. So it's always,
There's no T in a cross.
Huh?
Across it?
Across.
Across.
With a D.
No.
Walking across it.
She walked across it.
No, past tense.
A grand piano?
No. It doesn't have like the back part. It's like just flat. So I don't know what they're called. Just,
I said flat piano name. A flat piano is usually called a grand piano.
I thought grand pianos were the ones.
No,
where
across is not a standard English word. It's a misspelling or mispronunciation of across. You moron.
Oh my God. Who cares? Anyway, Cat always wanted to walk across the the keys, and every time I was like, "Is that cat on there again?" Or are the kids running by and just hitting it?
Bling, 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 bling.
I hate this piano, dude.
Well, now it's haunted, so yeah.
Well, anyway, we put the kids to bed. Everyone in their own room. I go to lay down. Jasha's already sleeping, and usually Mila sleeps on the floor. Bo gets up on the bed too, but then a lot of times the cat will either sleep on the pillow or does its own cat thing. Who knows? So I was like rolled away from the door because I had my door open still, and I just hear like 4, maybe 5 keys just like doot doot doot, like one at a time. I'm like, oh my God.
What song was it?
No, just like obviously just random keys, and so I'm like, this freaking cat is on
Do, re,
the.
mi, fa, sol.
Yeah. So I thought the cat was going to be walking on. Now I'm going to have to get up and go get this cat, get it off the piano. And when I rolled over, the cat is on my pillow behind me.
What if you went downstairs and the cat was like, dun 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 dun.
So then I was just like, oh, well, that's great. So I'm like looking up, like, okay, maybe the dog got up there. Like, come on. And then Bo's at the bottom of the bed because the cat and the dog don't mix very well. So Bo knows to stay away.
Bo knows.
I definitely know Mila's on the floor because I can hear her just breathing and snoring.
Poor Mila.
I know all the kids are to bed, so then I was just like, well, that's weird. So then I went to.
You were awake?
Yeah, I was awake still because I just went to bed not too long ago and was playing on my phone. And that's when I went to text you it.
Playing on my phone.
Playing on my phone. My thumbs were going. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to text this to you so that I know somebody else heard this. It's not just randomly saying it like it's nighttime. And then I couldn't sleep, and probably like an hour later it happened again. And I'm like, well, now I just don't know how to go to sleep.
Did you already cover, are the keys sticky?
No. There's only one that's stuck down.
Does TJ
but
touch it?
No. Well, I mean, yes, he does, but not
sticky.
Yeah. So there's one broken key that's definitely down, but not that it plays all the time. And there's definitely different keys each time.
Interesting.
Just like when we said, maybe it followed us home because Jasha thought she saw me, kept walking by.
This was a couple days after
we
went to the shop.
So you can take them all with you because they're not allowed in here.
Well, I think they always follow me then because they followed me to Grandma's house. I think it followed me to my first or whatever house. Now I think it came back with me to this one.
Probably because you invite them to follow
Every
you.
time Conway wakes up in the night,
Keep the door open
and
a
I have
couple.
to go up there, I think about that story of whenever your grandma saw you, and I'm like, please don't TJ.
If he's sitting on my stairs, I swear.
Call me.
Ryan, get your gun.
Bah, I wouldn't even think twice if I saw him.
Upstairs.
I'm like, no, I know your code. I just wanted to scare you, I promise. Yeah, but it just happened twice. I haven't heard it again.
Until tonight.
It's interesting.
But enough to be like, well, then the next night I was like, or maybe it was a couple nights later, I said, hey, let me tell you a story about what I heard the other night.
To Jasha?
Yeah. I said, I heard the piano. You know how the cat walks across a lot? I heard the piano go off the other night when we were sleeping, or when everybody was sleeping. She was like, shut up. Don't speak anymore. I don't want to know. She's like, you're going to tell me something stupid, I swear to God. So I was like, noted.
Okay, good night.
So the next day she's like, Okay, now it's daytime. You can tell me.
Oh boy. Well, that was a fun episode. Those are fun to read.
That was good. Hopefully we get.
You guys should do more of those.
Send us some more.
Send us some more.
Can read them again.
Read them again. God.
Can you stop?
Sorry. All right. So yeah. I'm going to do the classic like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Drop a like, comment, hashtag Stay Spooky.
Don't forget to go on our 1,000 subscriber and hit your hashtag Stay Spooky.
Get entered into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway
I
May
also thought about
4th.
it. If your username is not your normal name, please put your name in there too. Because if you put just Stay Spooky, I won't know who you are. I guess we can just tag your username, huh?
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry, guys.
You can do the spinner.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
We're going to do it live on YouTube Live, which reminds me we have to get on there and like...
I don't like doing lives. It's scary.
It's not. But we're going to have to like... you have to activate it. You can't just like do a YouTube Live.
Oh.
It's weird.
It's not like Facebook when my kid did it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Somebody called like, hey, you're on Facebook Live.
Why does your son have an innie and an outie?
You're an ass.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for sending in your submissions. We appreciate it. It
It was fun.
was fun.
Well, stay spooky, y'all.
What was that?
I said, well, stay spooky.
That's not your tagline.
Oh, hashtag stay spooky. No. Well, stay spooky. I don't know how I would say it now. That made me nervous.
My fellow haunties.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've said it for a while. Stay spooky, my fellow haunties.
All right, we'll see you in the next one.